What's going on, everybody? It is Carter here. Today, welcome to my top 5 moments from Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Now, this video contains heavy spoilers. Like, pretty much almost every major plot point that you would want to ignore as a spoiler will be in this video. So, click off! I'm giving you a quick warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I love this movie. I'm just going to be honest with you. But these are my opinion, in my opinion, the greatest, awesome, best moments from the movie. My top 5. Going in order, so let's start off with my number 5 spot. Kylo smashes his mask. Now, this may not seem like a big moment for anyone else, but as a Kylo Ren fanboy, and as someone who understands Ben Solo as a character and thinks he's one of the more genius and complex villains of Star Wars, and just characters of Star Wars overall, this is a very, very good character moment that turns him into what he is in this movie. It turns him from being the character he was in The Force Awakens to being possibly even more unstable, but more evil and ruthless. He tries to separate himself from this wannabe Vader. He begins to make a name for himself by smashing his mask. This is after Snoke gets on him about Rey beating him, so he just goes in the elevator and he smashes his mask like crazy. He absolutely destroys it. It sucks because I love the voice modulator and I love the mask overall, but it's done for now, I guess. Kylo said, I don't need that. And that's fine, because Adam Driver as a character, I like the character. I don't like the character look and sound. I mean, I do, but that's not all I like. I like the character overall, so still having the character is better than having pretty much him trying to be a Vader wannabe. He's trying to make a name for himself. His theme music is playing, and it's really loud. It's a nice moment. He's like, ready my ship and everything. It's so nice. Number 4, the Kylo and Luke flashbacks. Now, we saw 3 different versions of this. We saw Luke's, we saw Ben's, and we saw what actually happened, I believe. Luke's was that Kylo basically put a building down on him. Kylo's, I don't remember. Basically, though, every version went with him going to kill Ben, but ending up creating Kylo Ren because he thought that Snoke had already turned him, but in turn he ended up creating Kylo Ren truly. And it's nice revelation. I just wish that we saw the awesome Knights of Ren scene, or at least him slaughtering all of those people. I guess that would be too much for a PG-13 film that is advertised and basically funded by Disney, but you know, what are you going to do? It was still nice enough. We actually got to see his green lightsaber, which definitely makes it worth the time. And I like the whole aspect of how, oh, no one got the story right, and then here's what really happened. For number 3, Kylo versus Luke, and the revelation that Luke was not there. Kylo versus Luke was just something awesome. I like the whole part where he was like lined up and he told him to shoot him with all the ATM-6s. But my first viewing, I was like, well, I've only seen it once, but I'm going to see it twice eventually soon. But it was basically like, oh my god, is Luke just force holding all these blasts? Like Yoda did with the Emperor's stuff in Episode 3? No, not really. But still, it was awesome because it was just, it was Kylo versus Luke, and Luke was antagonizing Kylo, basically stalling so the Resistance could get away. And he wasn't actually there. He was on Octo still. He was this sort of Force vision of himself. He projected himself all the way, light years across the galaxy, I think. And in turn, you know what happens there. But yeah, anyways, it was just nice. It was like the music kicks in. It's like he's not actually there. Kylo's all pissy. He's like, see you around, kid. And it's nice. It's just a nice moment. I love the fight, even though it wasn't really a fight. I just loved seeing Luke being a total cool dude before, what happened to him in my number 2 spot. Luke's death. One of the biggest spoilers in this movie. Luke Skywalker dies. Luke Skywalker bites the dust. Luke's story is wrapped up within this. shortly after the revelation that he was there, and after he says, "See you around, kid," he just collapses and he's slowly dying because of all the mental power and capacity and force, energy, and everything, I guess, according to people, that takes to make such a lifelike projection and do what Luke did. That, in turn, caused him to die, though. Just before he died, he sat back up on those rocks and he watched the two suns set. Just like whenever we first see him in A New Hope, Luke Skywalker's story arc ends with a shot that was used whenever his arc began. It's so poetic from how he went from dreaming to how he went from dreaming as a farm boy to actually have done what he had always dreamed of, becoming a Jedi Master. He tried to train, and just before he died, he redeemed himself because he felt like a failure. But he redeemed himself by helping his Resistance friends escape. Super poetic in the fact that Binary Sunset is playing. Perfect on John Williams, perfect on Rian Johnson, perfect on Mark Hamill. Just an overall great death scene, and obviously way better than Han's. It's just super poetic, and I love it so much. At my number 1, we have Snoke's death / the Kylo and Rey team up. Yeah, another huge spoiler. The other huge spoiler of the movie. Snoke dies. Snoke does die nearly 2 hours into the movie. And in turn, Kylo and Rey team up to destroy his guards. Kylo lets Rey live. Mainly, I have a feeling it's because of Rey. A lot of people are saying, oh, he was just being selfish and doing it to get Supreme Leader. I mean, I can kind of understand that, but at the same time, he made it sound like he's not on either side. Kylo's a sort of in-between character, and I love that about him. I thought he was going to be full-on good from then on, but he wasn't. Because, I mean, yeah, the series does need a main antagonist for the next movie. Obviously, Kylo's going to be the main antagonist for the next film, and they're probably going to try and turn him the whole film. And I have a feeling he's probably going to be too selfish and end up dying, maybe? Who knows? I hope that he can turn. I hope that him and Rey not get together, but, can be friends and just have a happy ending where they kind of put away their differences, put down their lightsabers, and say there's nothing to fight for anymore. That's just my stupid pitch. That probably won't ever happen, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? The Kylo and Rey team up is easily the best moment of this movie. It's such a nice action scene where we see these two characters who are the same thing on different sides of the equation. One's light side, one's dark side, just teaming up together to take down their common enemy in terms of Snoke and in terms of the Praetorian Guards or whatever their names are. It was a really nice scene, and I wish that we could have stayed with them together, but I get it, what they needed to do. But yeah, anyways, that was my top 5 favorite things from The Last Jedi. What were your favorite things from The Last Jedi? Have you seen The Last Jedi? If you haven't, then I hope you don't mind getting spoiled, because I just spoiled a good chunk of the important stuff that goes on with this movie. What did you guys think? If you have anything else that you would rather have on this list, just let me know. Anyways, I am Carter, and until next time, I am out.